Hey everyone, today's the 6-month anniversary of Vince McMahon learning that women have eyes. They're up here. Hi, I'm Ariel Italic.
I'm Lady Barrack Andrews. Would you date me?
I'm Shane McMahon's unresolved Oedipal complex.
And this is our special guest, Rachel Millman of Wrestlesplania.
Hi.
And you're watching Nobody's Watching Wrestling!
Ah!
Scary. Match 1 is Trish Stratus and Lita versus Alicia Fox and Mickie James. I read it off the thing. Let's start talking about how everyone looked because there was, let's say, a diversity of quality. A lot to unpack. Berica, you should talk about Mickie James because you'll be nice.
Oh, she looked terrible today.
Just what I was hoping for.
Yeah, I mean, they did some weird Alice in Wonderland cosplay that wasn't like it didn't go together. There was no story.
It was Halloween.
Nope. It was no. They were all in different Alice worlds. Like Alicia was in the one we all want to go to.
Oh, I didn't even
not
realize
produced
that
by Disney.
all three of them were supposed to be matching Alice things.
They were different. They were in different Alice worlds. Alexa went to like Japan. Alicia was in this like post-apocalyptic like Alice story.
Okay, so this is
and
something...
Mickie James was like in the Hallmark made-for-TV movie of Alice and Looking Glass.
This might be a Berica headcanon thing.
Yeah.
I got like off of Alexa's entrance like very much like kind of the similar thing of like Avril Lavigne in her Japan phase, which is like pretty in line with the Tim Burton Alice in Wonderland. So like I see it.
You're like supporting this?
I'm just like, no, I can like understand the through line on it.
No, but I read like things about it the next day.
Oh, look at you doing research. The fans are gonna hate that.
Trish and Lita looked amazing.
They looked incredible. I don't know a lot about Trish Stratus in general, but I like.
We're gonna have to have a lesson later.
We should do a classic match.
She seemed exciting.
I made the mistake on a Wrestlesplania episode of saying like, oh, she's clearly had some good work done, and like a couple people were like, why do you think she's had work? And it's like, do you know what you're watching?
Oh my god!
Like,
What?
do you know? They're like, why do you think
You weren't even being shady. Her work looks amazing.
She looks fucking great. Like, why do you think she had plastic surgery? Because she tans every
look
day
at
and has
her.
no
She
wrinkles.
She just
It's
did.
fine. It
Like
looks
she,
great.
like, yeah, it looks really good.
What do you think? I've had no work, people?
I know that the Alicia Fox Weave Watch is not a segment on this show, but it should be for right
is
now. 'Cause
Unmovable.
A+.
Yeah.
Just
That hair was laid down.
It's her hair. She bought it.
You know I love Mickie James, but what the fuck is Alicia Fox doing with them? What's she doing
It
with
doesn't make
them?
any sense.
she's better than all of this.
Yeah.
So to switch to talking about the booking, because
Yeah.
I found that to be horrible and absurd, because Alicia, Mickie, and Alexa are not an interesting team together at all, and now they're fighting like the two most legendary like best friend rivals. Why wouldn't they just put it Bayley and Sasha? Or why wouldn't you just like put something more interesting? Because those
Is it
three
because
don't
Mickie
have
had a
dynamic
history
yet.
with them?
Yeah, but then put Mickie with someone else who has a history
Yeah.
with them. Like, it just, like, none of it made
Like
any
Molly
sense.
Holly.
It just didn't make, it just nothing about it felt important other than that Trish and Lita were there.
Yeah, we should have just had them do a victory lap at that point.
Yeah, just like...
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
here. You're
But
welcome.
You were more positive about the booking.
Well, not necessarily, like, I don't know as much as you, but I thought the placement of it, whether or not it was intentional, was actually kind of a smart reminder of, like, yeah, the divas kind of had to deal with, like, a lot of, well, A, they had ugly belts.
Yeah.
B, they had to deal with, like, the bra and panty match bullshit, so to put that at the beginning of this thing that's called Evolution to show you what they're going to become.
Right.
Is like, I actually thought that was pretty smart storytelling as like overall.
Although I'm realizing a correction is I think Trish and Lita were also technically pre-diva.
Yeah, they went through like all of it.
Oh,
I think.
yeah.
But there's a lot of like terrible things that they went through
Yeah,
that
for
you could
sure.
talk about with nuance. But I'm mostly like, wow, that belt was really ugly.
Yeah.
That's about the level that our show gets to.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
you're
that belt
right
was-
at home, baby.
That was so ugly.
It's incredibly ugly. Holy shit.
In terms of the actual wrestling, because we do talk about that like every so often, I don't know enough about Trish Stratus to know, other than that she's legendary, but I thought she looked like she was doing really well.
Oh, I thought it looked like Mickie was just like carrying her around a lot of the match.
Huh.
Mickie did the best in that match by far. She was incredible to me. I thought she was amazing.
Huh.
And I thought Lita was kind of looked like she was lumbering a little. She was not as, I remember her being, because she was one of the people I really looked up to when I was a kid, and I just remember her being so graceful and a little, like, she looked beautiful, but like she couldn't really move as well.
I think she got a slow start for me. Like Lita definitely needed a ramp up. I think by the end she would, again, I'm not a good wrestling judge, I guess, but I thought they were doing great by the end of it. I was like here for the Lurgeons. I didn't care for the new kids. I mean, they're great, but like, I like the ladies who are like old school. They did it for me.
Alicia Fox has apparently been wrestling for like 8 years.
Yeah.
Like 8 or 9 years.
Yeah,
I think.
she's been doing it for a long
WWE,
time.
yeah.
How old was she when
How
she
is she
started?
just now here? She's amazing.
She's been around. She was a Divas champion, wasn't she?
I gotta go back to this 8 years thing. Did she start when she was like 15?
She looks amazing.
She's like the
I don't know how
Aja
old
of
she is.
WWE.
Like,
Okay, last thoughts on the actual wrestling of that.
Nope.
Lita won, and they should have, and that's correct. And yes.
Great.
That's the second Trish thing I've ever seen, and she also won, because the last thing I saw was when she tagged with Snooki, and
Oh my
Snooki
God.
won.
All right, Trish Stratus
They're great.
undefeated on this couch.
Spill egg on myself today.
And that's how we're starting this match. It was a 20-lady showdown, and we have a lot to say about things that aren't the eggs on Berica's costume.
I
Though
will
that
ask
too.
about them later.
We have a lot of questions about that too. But about these ladies, there were too many of them to cover everyone's looks, so don't get your hopes up. That's not happening. But we will start with Naomi's cape, because holy shit.
That won the match.
Very good.
I cried.
Ew.
I was there
Why were
and
you so
I cried.
emotional?
Because
Oh,
it was
you
just
were
like
there.
the cape came out and I was,
was
like,
so
I
long.
love her. So good with like the glowing sneakers and
I
stuff
love
too.
her too.
Oh, I bet that was like a near religious experience
It
just
was
to be in the room.
very, very good. And the little girl next to me like gasped.
A+.
It was really cute.
I mean, there were a lot of people that came in that I'm like, what is an Alundra Blaze?
I love Alundra
She
Blaze.
also had a good cape too, like a sequenced.
I
cape.
love her. It was like this
But, like,
classic kind of retro look, and I loved it.
I think that was just her look.
It was just her look back
That
there.
she just like drives monster trucks now?
No.
Whoa! I
Yeah.
want to go
Are you
see her
kidding?
drive a monster truck.
No.
What other looks do we remember? Oh, Carmella's hair is dark now.
Yeah.
What is that?
Carmella.
When did Carmella dye her hair, and why
A
did
few
she
weeks
use
ago, I
Feria?
think.
She's kind of going for like Ariana Grande's like problematic tan. At this point where it's like, you're Italian, but I know you're going for something different.
Oh. Ember Moon looked fantastic and
Ember
always fucking does. She's gonna be a champion.
Oh, they released these horribly nerdy pictures of her wedding today. That was it was Game of Thrones and Harry Potter themed, and I was like, you fucking nerd.
Ember
not a-
fail.
But it means the character is authentic, I guess.
Yeah, she seems
Look
like
at her.
a true.
I'm gonna try to forget that.
Then the Iconics
job.
came in. The Iconics had a full monologue, as they
Yeah.
should, for everything.
What's
They
the deal
should
with
be-
Iconics? I don't get it.
What?
What don't you get?
Anything about them.
They're
I-
cheeky.
I think
Pretty
this is the
self-explanatory.
They're cheeky.
They're cheeky.
That's it.
That's
I think
it.
this is the first time I've like actually seen them. I thought their shirts were parody shirts for some reason.
Nope, those are the shirts.
Those
They're
are
like-
the
Cut
shirts.
up
I mean,
the middle.
all WWE shirts are
Yeah,
parody
they're
shirts.
self-parody shirts.
Yeah.
The cut up the middle stresses me out, and I can't explain why. It's just stressful to look at, and I don't have a full read on like why that emotion is there. But I was like, this is, why is it the middle? Go this side.
Are they-
Oh.
Are the Iconics like the Bella twins of like Down Under?
But they're actually good wrestlers.
I don't know that to be true.
It's true. They were in the ring for 10 seconds when they weren't talking.
Yeah.
I mean, they did taunt everyone.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
get it. But they were,
I mean, they had some cute reads, but whatever.
yeah. But they were gone right away, as were like 75% the people whose names that I hadn't previously heard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They really just like got rid of all the like classic wrestlers, which rude, but what are you gonna do?
But that opening sequence or bit where it was like all the new girls surrounding like all the old girls
That was
was
fun.
really cool.
Yeah.
That was fun. I did like the dance break too because
Oh, yeah, there was
the
a dance
break. Genuinely
That
made me
was
laugh super
weird.
hard.
They
Because
even played music for it.
Yeah.
on the Jumbotron, they put it on a Dutch angle and it like really wigged me out.
Wow, David Lynch dance break!
It was really good. It was just kind of like apropos of nothing of like, but I thought that dance break, like I saw people complaining about it. I thought it genuinely worked because it is to remind you like, this is very fucking silly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
of
of
Like,
course.
and that's
yeah.
why I love Carmella at all.
I love
She can be
her.
silly.
Yeah.
She knows how to be silly.
Yeah.
Ember Moon hung in for way longer than I expected her
So
to.
good.
And
Oh.
she was
I love
killing
her.
it.
Asuka should have had a match.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Like,
No,
I
Yeah,
love
criminally
her.
underused here.
I
yeah.
love her
Yeah,
so
in the
much.
Battle Royale too. She had that cute spot.
How about
with
we just
Naomi.
do away with
I think
men's
there's-
matches for the next year and on all the normal shows? It's just ladies
We just
wrestling.
we can do this. We can book it all. It's so
There's-
easy.
Then, like,
So
they're setting
easy.
up her to break up with Naomi, probably, because, like, that's the big thing with, like, WWE Women's Wrestling is that they cannot, like,
Right.
have any sort of permanent union.
Unless they do a tag belt, which they're still not doing. For
Yeah.
some reason.
Nope.
Which was also supposed to happen at Evolution and didn't.
I think they're
Nope.
just digging in because somebody leaked the belt thing and like somebody got mad. Like Vince got mad. Oh, I'm not gonna give you the two belt now.
Perfect Vince impersonation.
He had a stroke, kids.
So anyway, Zelina Vega was hiding under the ring the entire match.
Hey, that was really good.
I'm really
She
good
was
at this
smart.
thing.
Good
But
segue.
how do you hide under the ring but not be out because you touch the floor and you're out, right?
No, you have to go
No,
over
you
the
have
top
to
rope.
go over the top rope.
You can
Oh,
sneak
you
under
can
the
be on
bottom
the
rope like a salamander. Hide out.
ground.
Slytherin.
Cool. She came through with my favorite professional wrestling gimmick, the high-pitched squeal.
You
My
do love
favorite.
that.
I love it. I love it.
That was like one of
So
the high
good.
parts of Evolution for me all the way through was just all the screaming. It was
Yeah.
really well done.
Yeah.
I mean, I was hoping for Ember to win because, like, as a woman with a prominent jawline, big fan of hers. Huge fan of Ember.
Sure.
I'm glad she hung out as long as she did because it hit, like, the final 5, well, actually, final 6 because I forgot about Zelina. But, like, I hit the final 5 and I was like, oh, I'm actually happy with
The final
however way that
4/5
goes.
were
Yeah.
all women
Really
of color.
good.
Yeah,
Too.
yeah.
There was no white blonde woman there. Sorry,
Yeah.
Ariel.
Listen, I shouldn't have been there. I wouldn't have been. I would have been hiding under the ring still.
Yeah.
I would not be out yet. I
You
have
look like
pooped under there a couple
tonight.
times.
Tonight you look like you could be Charlotte Flair's mom or something.
Hey Rick.
Let's
Anyway,
yoga.
so after Zelina gets out of the way, we have the Nia Tamina showdown.
There was a moment when Nia Jax won that match, and I was so
It was so
happy.
good.
I
Yeah.
love her so much. I almost cried when she
She
cried.
gave like a
She-
really genuine promo
Oh,
after
that
too.
was-
It was like
that felt
the
very
most
sincere.
real I've ever seen.
so good.
Legit
Yeah.
crying.
So good. I'm happy she's finally like getting somewhere with
Yeah,
them.
I just wanted to have a new theme so bad.
Yeah, this song.
and
I
a
was
new
gonna say-
look. Her hair, I do love her hair.
The
With the
hair's
blonde
good.
hair is great.
I
Yes.
want those braids back.
Now that she's won, can we get rid of her like hip balconies?
Yeah,
Can we?
let's
That
get
can
those
be done
away.
now.
Keep doing it.
Nia, good for you.
Yeah.
Thanks, Naya.
Congrats, Naya.
I think now is a great time to mention Renee Young's
Ooh.
just words of just glory and very appropriate for this event. What'd she say? Thanks to all the men that helped us get here.
Oh.
Thank you, men.
Men.
I don't want to
Thank you.
downplay how great of an announcer she is.
You know Vince was screaming in her ear to say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had to bite the bullet there, but it was not the best message for the event.
I'm glad she could translate through his voice.
Speak-
They are the men!
oh my god.
Thank you to the men! Men.
Speaking of men involved, I'm gonna wait.
At the beginning, too, they aired their, like, isn't WWE great little thing? And it was literally, like, 40 shots of all men wrestlers.
Oh my
and then
God.
the little girl next to me said, I thought this was supposed to be feminist.
Oh, good job, little girl.
In terms of announce tables, the United States was the only country that sent female announcers. Everyone else stuck with their same 2 dudes they always have. Maybe buy a plane ticket for a lady announcer just for this one event. So third match is Toni Storm versus Yo Shorai. It is the final match of the Mae Young Classic. Mostly, I want to talk about Toni Storm's look. I said last year that she looked like someone whose friends were about to hold an intervention for her. And this year, I think she looks like the designated driver. She looks like she showed up.
That's the real glow
prepared.
It's the friends we drove home along the way.
Yeah.
She looks great. They got rid of the tiny hat. They gave her an outfit that makes sense.
Yeah.
I will say that the room had no idea who she was. When, it's like neither of them. Neither of them knew. And then by the end, they were like obsessed with Toni.
I mean, she's
And
charming.
obsessed with Yo too.
Yeah.
Because she's really good.
So good. I
Yeah.
thought the match was like one of the most like just technically perfect matches I've ever watched, where it was just like every move made sense, every character was well established, like they both knew what they were doing. They're just proficient, amazing people at it.
Yeah, that's why I was bored. There was only one flippy.
I was
But it was a
also like
beautiful
flippy
one.
shit.
It was a great flip, but then like the rest of it was
Definitely
just
bored.
good wrestling. And
like
I'm
they were
like,
just
"Eh,
good at what they did.
What a snooze. Like even their outfits were matching.
Where's Molly Holly when you need her?
Oh my god. I'm quitting this show.
So you don't want to tell me more about the match and why you liked it?
I mean, the only thing I thought was it needed more time. I
Yes.
wanted to just watch
I
it
agree.
forever.
Yeah, it was really
it was
good.
like they had to it did start off slow, and then the build up kind of peaked really fast, and it's like those two should know how to do or should have enough time to do a longer build to like a feverish finish, and I just feel like it didn't have enough time.
Especially for like the ostensible prize of the Mae Young
Right,
Classic
exactly.
too. Like it should be more of like a drawn out
Right.
thing.
But I guess if no one knew who they were, then it's like the people are just gonna get bored. I don't know.
I hope they do right by Yo and by Toni because they're both really good.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's just like their natural talent really did shine through in the room of like not everyone knew or like gave a fuck who they
Right.
were, and at the end they were really, really into it. And then Triple H came out, which is like, oh, I forgot you were here.
the less said about it, the better.
Yeah.
But congratulations,
skip
Toni
that part.
Storm.
Yeah.
A+. And thank you for giving everyone a ride home at the end.
Yes.
Match 4, we're doing a 6-woman tag team that I'm again gonna read because I know how to do that. It's Liv Morgan, Sarah Logan, Ruby Riott, they're the Riot Squad, and they're versus Sasha Banks, Natalya, and Bayley, no team name.
What would their team name be?
Who cares?
I would name them Purple.
Sure, it works. Speaking of which, Sasha Banks is here, so we have to do the Sasha Banks We Watch!
It's a very special episode. We haven't done one of these in a while.
I feel honored.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
get to be here for a week watch.
Yeah.
Well, you
What do you think?
As a
said
white
earlier,
woman, I shouldn't have any comment on a weave.
Well-
but from like where I was sitting, it looked like very fluffy. But I didn't see it on TV.
in HD, it didn't look so good.
Okay, never mind.
It was very voluminous, but it didn't feel
It was
big in a
not
good
secured
way.
very well.
It was too dark.
That color was so good.
I liked the color. It still has the 2 bumps over here for no reason. And then by the end of the match, it was kind of just like, yeah, it looked like it was moving around a little.
Also, because her weave was bigger, they gave her thicker eyebrows.
Big Candy used it?
No.
It was a weird,
Candy's got them thick eyebrows.
it was maybe not to that level, but they
thickums.
definitely tried to have like a bolder brow to match her bolder weave, and I didn't love it. Things I also didn't love, all 3 of their coats.
I like the coats. They had a lot of stuff on them.
I wanted them to be more with intent instead of just like, I don't know, I got a bunch of shit on my coat. Riot Squad was all dressed in Halloween costumes, none of which landed.
They were awful.
I literally didn't know they were Halloween costumes until you mentioned
No, I didn't notice it, but the announcers said it a few times.
They really tried to make
it.
it
You
clear.
know it's good when they have to
Yeah, they're
reiterate
like,
it
yeah,
over and over again.
She's dressed as Leatherface, and you're like,
Yeah.
I guess.
I don't
Wait,
get
there
it.
She
was a
looked like more.
Leatherface?
Yeah, Sarah Logan was supposed to be Leatherface.
She looked more like Scar from Lion King.
She just looked like Sarah Logan.
Yeah.
There was
Yeah.
nothing different about her outfit.
Yeah. Liv was supposed to be Pennywise, and Ruby was supposed to be.
They all look like
James
themselves.
Bond in a weird Pee Wee Herman outfit.
It was not good. So the actual wrestling, the Riot Squad they're a well-oiled machine.
Yeah. They're fun. The whole thing was fun. It felt like it had no stakes, but it was fun. Everyone was having fun and happy to be there.
Why is Natalya, Sasha, and Bailey on a team? Just because they had to throw
They're friends,
some
I
good
guess.
girl?
The Riot Squad won?
Didn't they?
No.
No.
No. Oh, I was so convinced that the Riot Squad had won.
Yeah.
This is really what?
Do you want to check it?
No, I believe you.
Oh, okay.
Sorry for your loss, but everyone did great. But like 75% of those outfits should be burned. Match 5 is Shayna Baszler versus Kyrie Sane.
They both look great.
They both-
Kyrie looked like a pirate girl from an anime. Shayna looked like a mean lady in Las Vegas.
Accurate, yeah.
Oh my god!
It's like Mean Lady in Las Vegas.
That's gonna be my look for next time.
It's like
Cool.
not a read, it's a compliment
No,
because
she
it's what
just-
she wants to look like.
I think she's from Las Vegas.
It's just her thing. She
What 5 things would you put inside of a pentagram to summon her?
5
Oh.
other people's arms.
Yeah.
She does a lot of gross arm twisty
Yeah,
things
she's
that I'm like fully
Oh,
watching
thank
through
you.
fingers.
Yeah, Shayna's like the few like WWE wrestlers that I watch like behind my hands.
I think
so
she's the
scary.
best heel in all of the WWE
Yeah.
She
right
is
now. 'Cause
unironically
she, like,
terrifying looking.
Yeah, and because like I'll never forget when we went and saw NXT in Brooklyn, and even a Brooklyn crowd that is like very, very ironic, 100% of the crowd was cheering for Kyrie and booing for Shayna. Like that's a good heel. You
Oh, you
get
were
the
at TakeOver as well?
Yeah, you
Oh,
get
yeah,
like the
okay.
smartest people to boo you, and like you've done it. Like
Yeah.
you got it.
They were mostly both a joy to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Something that
Yeah.
happens. There's something that happens with Kyrie in the middle of a match. She just like flips a switch and like turns into a little monster. Just like goes for it.
Then all those MMA ladies got involved.
The 4 horsewomen, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know much about them. They're,
I hope they turn out cool.
Are they
Yeah.
joining the WWE too?
yeah,
Yeah.
they're in the NXT
Oh, poop.
Performance Center. Yeah.
Oh poop.
Their introduction into the match felt kind of sloppy. Like they were sort of around, but it didn't feel like anyone knew where they were supposed to be. It's like when you like learned the choreo that day and then you just gotta be on stage. Like it just felt like they were not like. I wasn't sold on them, so I was like, I don't think they had enough rehearsal on this.
I think it was like one of the more WWE ass things in a pay-per-view that kind of wasn't super WWE.
Yeah.
Of just
Yeah.
kind of like, we're gonna fuck with this to move the storyline forward. But the
But
reason
that was that
I
the
was like,
only match with the outside interference that it.
Yeah.
So I guess that's
unless
for-
you count Zelina hiding, but that's
No,
not.
no,
she's
that's
mad.
she was following the
It's
rules.
all
Yeah,
legal.
yeah. So like I get like that was like a little annoying, but it's for a storyline that I hope is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
You're
might
introducing new
actually
characters
be,
to the story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but-
Maybe it wasn't the best introduction, but
And like
I get it.
people were upset, but that's what you want.
Yeah.
At the
A
end.
heel won. You're
Yeah.
supposed to be upset.
Ah, Kyrie.
Wait, did Shayna win?
Yeah, Shayna won.
Oh, that's
Shayna
right.
choked her out
Yeah,
after.
she.
Choked her out.
Let's say
Yeah.
Kyrie fully passed out.
Yeah.
Oh, that was fun.
And then they aired, oh my god, it was amazing. They aired on NXT like the next week, Kyrie like struggling to still try and beat up Shayna after, and like a ref is holding her back, and I was like, damn, this is like more intense than Lord of the Rings.
That sounds like when you try to like punch somebody in a dream and you can't.
It felt like that.
Okay.
So that's how the match ended, everyone.
Okay, next match.
Match 6 is Charlotte versus Becky Lynch. Charlotte, I think, looked mostly good, but she had that weird, like, butter-colored situation. But, like, her coat was white, and her outfit should have been white. That's
Yeah.
real easy, guys.
It would have made
Yeah.
sense as white.
Becky Lynch continues to change slightly and slightly, but is still not getting to good with her look.
They just need to redo the whole concept of the look. It just needs to be taken over, start from scratch. Don't do any steampunk shit. I don't know, put her in like jeans and a t-shirt for all I fucking care. Like,
That
she's
intro logo
tough now,
video
like,
is terrible.
She
with
should actually have like Rhonda's gear.
Yeah,
'Cause
she
that's
should have
way more
Rhonda's
fitting to
gear.
the character
Yeah.
at this point.
Yeah, she's like a mean fighter now. Like,
I
don't
love
give her
it.
like a fucking bathing suit that like has fishnet.
Also,
glued
it's
on.
accidentally drop crotch.
Yeah, no.
It just doesn't fit right.
Oh, yeah.
terrible.
It's all bad. We're sorry, Becky. The crowd is behind her, though.
Yeah,
Crowd.
more than anyone else all night.
Crowd loved her.
Ugh.
All I'm gonna say for you fuckers out there is from episode 1 of our show, I love Becky Lynch.
It's true.
And I hated Charlotte Flair.
You
And
were
you're
ahead of
like,
the curve.
You were wrong, but I was right, and you wanted it.
I would say listen to Berica, but that's the worst advice I can
That's
give
not
you.
good
Broken
advice.
It doesn't. You
Broken
can
clocks.
listen, but you have to like take a few years to really understand
Yeah.
what she was saying.
In a couple years, I'll be a genius.
You're a living Jaden Smith tweet.
Oh, wow. Oh. So, the wrestling, there's a lot of rigmarole happening. It's a whole Michaels in there. There's a lot of chairs. Like, they're literally just like on each side of the ring, just
tossing
throwing
them.
shit. It's crazy.
Yeah.
They're like, I'm like, are you setting up for the wedding reception? What's happening? They finally do start to wrestle, but I could not begin to tell you what happened other than everyone got hurt except the tables.
I feel like we were talking about this before, and it's not politically correct to say it, but I think they need ladies' tables. Because those tables this is not the first time that ladies have been unable to break one of those tables, and it's starting to look a little silly, guys. So maybe figure out some slightly more breakable tables for less heavy people.
Yeah, I think that's fair to say that not everyone weighs what a Roman Reigns weighs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
It was fun.
it was fun. I like when there's a lot of like sassafras happening. I like
was.
it when you're setting things up and like people are throwing things at other things. It just felt like
It felt truly chaotic.
Yeah,
I was
it did.
screaming my
Yeah.
head off.
Becky
like
Lynch is so good.
And I don't think hardcore matches are particularly entertaining, but they really made it entertaining.
I will say in Charlotte's favor, she gets color more than any other woman on the women's roster right now. She was constantly fucking her elbow up, which
Yeah.
like I respect.
Yeah.
Of like, you know,
Yeah.
do it, and especially for a more hardcore match like that.
Yeah, you gotta.
yeah.
But
So
like, bring out the staple guns. Do it.
look,
They
someone
can,
got
it's
buried.
PG.
Yeah, they got buried under chairs
Break
though.
the glass
She
ceiling
did.
with a staple gun, and then you have it. There's
She was
your
like-
feminism.
Rachel's thirsty for a staple gun.
The whole point was that someone has to be on the ground or not standing for 10 seconds, which is a long time to wait for someone to stand up, we learned.
There was a lot of acting we had to go through.
I was
for that to
terrified they
happen.
were gonna do an exact repeat of the Johnny Gargano thing that happened at Takeover
Yeah,
Berlin,
oh,
and
yeah.
I was like, don't do this to me. Do not do this to me. But thankfully they didn't. I was actually really pleased with this match.
I loved it.
I loved
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I screamed my head off, lost my mind, even though she didn't get a staple gun.
Charlotte played I Can't Stand Up for 10 seconds, and she was really good at it.
Ugh, she's
and
horrible at it.
congratulations on doing well losing that. Becky Lynch, you did great, buy a new outfit.
I love you, Becky.
And the 7th and final match is Ronda Rousey versus Nikki Bella, who I just don't give a fuck about. I'm sorry.
I thought I don't like this match.
I
Yeah.
didn't watch it. I was looking at the Long Island Railroad schedule at home. I didn't pay attention to it at all. I was just like, oh, great. Because all of the people who were cool in the arena, who like booed the Crown Jewel logo the whole time and were like
Oh,
pro
cool.
Becky and all that, they all left. And it was like me, my friend, and the guy who showed up in the Ryback shirt. And that was, but like, for like a surprisingly woke crowd, they were like pro Ronda the whole time.
Right.
And like, just
The
boo.
whole thing was just ridiculous because like Nikki just looked stupid. Like, I mean, they both didn't look great, but like Nikki doesn't look like a real fighter, and Ronda looks like a real fighter. Nikki looks like a girl on reality TV. Like, she doesn't look like someone who could put up a fight.
The main thing I was invested in was like finding out who wrote the John Cena's bedroom line and
Oh,
like
that was so good. That was
stealing
like,
their
really
job,
good.
honestly, because I fucking hate that. Like I will say there were like guys behind us the whole time in like New Japan hoodies, and I was like kind of worried about how they were gonna act the entire show, but then people were chanting John Cena's bedroom, and they all turned around and was like, that line sucks, and they started a that line sucks chant, which I was like, okay, I may have some friends here.
Yeah.
It's just that match was like,
Yeah.
and also you exhausted everyone by a really good match beforehand with Becky and Charlotte.
Should we talk about how bad Ronda looked? That Black Swan shit has got to go.
Stop it. Stop it!
So bad.
Becky's
Stop it!
ready enough that she can carry it off, and they kind of do it
Yeah, a little
right. Before Ronda, I didn't realize that blush could look that wrong on someone.
Jeez
Like
Louise.
more or less, like you have pink on your cheeks, whatever. But like the Ronda blush, I forget when, SummerSlam, I think it was. I was like, I didn't realize you could do it that badly.
This match is over. Bye.
Bye.
So Rachel, tell us where we can find you on all the social media and of any projects or things that are coming up that we need to know about.
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Rachel Millman, and if you want to follow a second wrestling show, you can follow Wrestlesplania as well on Twitter. And in the next couple months, I'm going to be doing screenings of a documentary I worked on for a year with my dad about voting rights in Pennsylvania, which is very different from wrestling.
Oh! I love. What is that called?
It's called Line in the Street. It's mainly about gerrymandering in Pennsylvania and grassroots organizations against it, along with Senate bills and House bills.
Fantastic. Everyone, watch that or else.
Thank you.
I'm Ariel Italic at all of the places, especially Venmo.
Date me.
I should start advertising my Venmo at the end of things.
Yeah, all
That's
drag
really
queens
smart.
do it
Absolutely
now.
do
That's
that.
really smart.
They all do it.
I am Date Me.
I gotta go. I'm gonna get Buffalo Bill in like 5 seconds.
I don't know, my hips are whiter. That's what he liked.
Okay.
Oh, I just winked. Yo, I killed the crew.
Hi, my name is Jennifer Tilly, and I have a girl-on-girl clause in my contract.
You sound like James Mansfield. Well, I guess James Mansfield is basically like Jennifer
She's
Tilly.
basically Jennifer Tilly.
Oh my
Gone
god.
through an evolution.
Okay.
What's that thing that
We
James,
have to move on.
What's that thing that James said to you when she was staying with you?
Oh. This dress, she had a dress with a high neck, but it was backless, and she goes, "Oh my god, I look like a nun."
If she's not on the next after season of All Stars, I'm just gonna die.